This is Kumasi Central Market, also known as Kejetia Market. It is the largest market in West Africa. Here, there are over 20,000 vendors and it attracts about 50,000 people every single day. Back in June 2017, I was one of them. And this is how I got there. I had just finished my first documentary assignment in Ghana, and with a few hours to spare before my flight to Accra, I requested my client to give me a tour of one of the Ashanti region's most important economic hubs. On the way to the market, I got to see a bit of Kumasi. Now, Kumasi is the second largest city in Ghana after Accra, which is the capital. It is about 200 kilometers from Accra, and it's the capital of the Ashanti region.
So this is Kumasi Central Market, where you can find anything and everything, from fish to gourmet to beef, greens, fabric, electronics, anything you want is right here. In salmon, fresh one, because usually you have it in a tin, but now this is very nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What's this?
This is
fresh soup. Just to make soup?
Yeah.
This is palm oil.
Okay. It's very nice. This is what we use for wedding and other programs. It's a royal cloth.
Royal cloth.
Yeah.
I think you can tell the life and soul of a city through what the market is like, what is on sale in the market, and definitely it's a moving church. You can tell the life and soul of a city just by visiting its market, and you can tell that Kumasi is such a vibrant city just by 5 minutes in Kumasi Central Market. It's been great getting to see all this, the side of Africa that you won't see in the news, in the media, and coming here to experience it for myself, it's quite a privilege. This is Accra.
Ghana's capital is the largest city in Ghana, and it is located on the Atlantic coast. Currently, about 5.4 million people call this great city home. The name Accra is derived from the Akan word Nkran, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Nkran, which means ants, in reference to the numerous anthills around Accra. The name specifically refers to soldier ants and was applied to both the town and the people by Twi speakers. Twi is one of the most popular languages in Ghana. One of the places I got to visit was the Independence Square, also known as Black Star Square. This is where the March for African Independence started on 6th March 1957.
The people of the Gold Coast had had their own assembly under the British, but not independence.
I am convinced that it is dangerous for the independent African state to wait any longer for the United Kingdom to do its duty. The time has come for the independent African states to take the initiative in their own hands.
For Dr. Nkrumah, main architect of Ghana's independence, this is a day of fulfillment. The longing to be free, the need to be free, these are part of the rightful heritage of man, a heritage denied to colonial Africa until now.
The Gold Coast was renamed Ghana.
The name Ghana is thought to originate from the title Kaya Magan, which translates to ruler of gold. As Gold Coast colony prepared for independence, Kwame Nkrumah settled on Ghana, I guess to evoke a sense of unity and liberation among the Ghanaian people.
Here, but a handful of years ago, men laid down their lives for a cause that was not yet won, for freedom, for justice.
At long last, the battle has ended. And thus, Ghana, your beloved country, is free forever. From now on, there is a new African in the world. That new African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs.
Already being hailed as the father of African nationalism, Nkrumah gave funds to other nationalist movements and preached the message across the continent.
This mid-20th century is Africa's. This decade is the decade of African independence. Forward then to independence. To independence now. Tomorrow, the United States of Africa.
Guess who was the first president of independent Africa? Guess who was the first black man to address the UN General Assembly? And guess who was the first black man to dance with the Queen? Our man, Kwame Nkrumah. So I'm at the Kwame Nkrumah Park. It's amazing. It's a park that has been created to celebrate Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of Ghana. And there is an amazing story that has been told to me by the gentleman who walked me around. The fact that Kwame was actually overthrown. It was a coup d'etat when he was on his way to Asia for a peace, to broker some peace deal. And on the way there, he got the news that he'd actually been overthrown. Now, because he couldn't come back to the country, the people of Guinea, which is Ghana's neighbor, allowed him to go back, and they made him almost like a deputy president. So he was a Ghanaian as the deputy president of Guinea. So he was accepted by the people of Guinea, but not the rulers of Ghana. There's an amazing story. I can't be able to share it all, but you should just Google his story, man. It's amazing, amazing. So the significance of these guys who are blowing horns is that whenever a chief passed in the olden days, they would actually blow horns to announce his death. But in this case, they're actually kneeling to have reference to the chief. And the significance of water is just a symbol of getting the message across about what has happened. During the coup, there was this bronze statue of Kwame Nkrumah, which was standing outside the parliament buildings. It was vandalized when he was overthrown. Luckily, some citizens found it and then now gave it to the authorities. The mango tree behind me was planted by Nelson Mandela in 1991 when he visited Accra. Sadly, it doesn't have any fruits right now, otherwise it would have been able to taste the fruits of freedom.
Makola is Accra's main market. Built in 1924, this is most likely where your pals get the fabric, shea butter and all niceties from Ghana when they visit. How did the market get its name? Well, many years ago, visiting Hausa traders used to sell and roast beef in the area. Locals who wanted to pick burning charcoal or firewood from the Hausa establishments to go light fires in their own homes would say, Makola, Makola, meaning, I am here just to pick the fire. When doing so, the heat from this fire can still be felt in the warmth of the traders in Makola.
It's big.
Not as big. About the same size as Ghana. About the same size. So but Kenya, there's many animals. They have lions, elephants,
Hey, animal.
giraffes, the tall giraffes.
Kenya?
Yeah. And we have many tourists coming to see that. But we also have very, very, very kind people, very happy people.
Kenya, no fight, no Peter.
No. We used to fight many years ago amongst ourselves, but now we stopped. Now there's a lot of peace. Yeah. So what is that? What is that?
Pepe.
Huh? Pepe.
Yeah.
Just a little, very little. The mishkaki is good. Yeah. Spice makes it gives it an extra flavor. Almost like curry powder mixed with chili powder. It's good. So how much is one snail? How many CDs is one?
10 CDs.
10 CDs. Wow. And how do you cook it? You remove it from the shell? Oh, nice. Thank you. One of the beauties of touring an African city as an African is somebody you actually blend in. You don't look like a foreigner, which is cool. I think it's only when I open my mouth when somebody hears my accent is do I speak my English is different is when they've actually identified as not from around, but it's great, man. How come you don't have a Kenyan flag here? You can see there's Ghana, there's South Africa, Germany, Canada,
Yes,
UK and America. How come there's no Kenyan flag?
Why is there no Kenyan flag?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a Ghanaian.
You're a Ghanaian, yes. Are you South African?
No, a friend. A friend I
Okay. Now you have a Kenyan friend, so next time I will bring a Kenyan flag.
Bring a Kenyan flag up today.
As my self-guided tour of Accra came to a close, I visited one of the public beaches. This one was clean and had a party atmosphere through and through. It doesn't come close to Diani, but still a very good public beach.
This is Accra, and this behind me is a restaurant.
Remember, this was back in 2017, so aeroplanes that are restaurants were very rare. Right now we have several in Kenya. I can't remember the meal that I had, but it was a nice Ghanaian delicacy.
So that concludes my visit of the real Accra. It's been impressive. I've enjoyed the warmth of the Accra people. Communication sometimes it was a challenge because we use different words, and also the accents sometimes did come in the way. But it's a beautiful place. It's hot, yes, but it's manageable. It's not like Mombasa. So yeah, man, we just need to tour Africa more, man, because it's beautiful, it's nice, but I think the best thing of all is the people of Accra and Ghana as a whole. Very warm, very friendly people. So until the next one, peace in the Middle East.